Oh, hi guys, Howard again. I feel I need to apologise to you all. I've been feeling a bit flat lately and have lacked the enthusiasm and energy to sit down and do a video. But it's a lovely day today, so here we go. I quote, "You now have in your possession an unusually fine and versatile camera. The Fujica 35EE is the first camera in its class offering three methods of operation: fully automatic, semi-automatic and manual. These three options, combined with shutter speeds up to 1/1000th and the 6-element Fujinon f1.9 lens, means that now there is no light too dim or no action too fast to prevent you from shooting sharp professional quality pictures. Here is truly the camera of the automation age." That was the opening paragraph of the instruction book for the camera we're looking at today, and there's the book. I'm lucky to have one of those. They're pretty thin on the ground. Okay, small book, big claims. It was pretty impressive for 1961 though, and it genuinely is an impressive camera. The 35EE followed the 35SE from 1960, which I have previously reviewed, so it is quite similar in appearance and features. The 35SE is also a very nice camera, so if you're interested in Fujica cameras, perhaps check out that video as well. The shutter is a Fuji Synchro MXL, covering B and 1/2 to 1/1000th. Very unusual, when nearly all fixed lens rangefinders from that era topped out at 1/500th. All the shutter speeds are very crisp. The lens is also very nice. It's an f1.9, 6 elements in 4 groups, a single amber coated unit. Okay, let's have a close look at my Fujica 35EE. I'll just mention at the start too, I'm lucky enough to have one of the genuine lens hoods. The lens, really, if you can get a lens hood, all the better. They're pretty thin on the ground, but they just clip in. It's a nylon ring. They just clip in. Okay. They're about the only lens hoods that really fit it. And that also fits the SE, which is nice. The lens in here is threaded, so it will take filters. I'm not 100% sure of the size, but it can take a range of filters, but the lens hoods are a bit fussier. Okay, so looking from the front, we've got the lens that we are just talking about. We've got a nice big selenium cell here, which still works perfectly after, I think I worked out, 64 years. And we've got the rangefinder window, the light window for the frame lines, viewfinder window incorporating the rangefinder, which is still nice and bright. We've also got a little tab here, and I'll explain at the moment. It goes up at 45 degrees. Now, around on the left here, there's a big tab. You pull that out to change the ASA. I'll show you the scale around the other side, but you pull that out to change the ASA, or you just push it up and down to change the speeds, because this back ring is the speeds, and the speed will show up in the little window on top. We've got the apertures at the front here, so they're around there, and there's an auto mode, but I'll get to that. Okay, so if we come around to the left, we've got the little tab I was talking about. We've got a self timer. Now, I choose not. It may work. I wouldn't try it though. The self timers in these old cameras tend to be fairly. They're problematic, and they can lock up the whole camera if you fiddle with them. So it's best to leave them alone. We've got a PC socket for the manual flash, and we've got X and M. X for electronic flash, M for bulbs. So there's a little tab there. Just get your fingernail in it and move it to whichever. And of course, these days it's just just X for electronic. Now, if you look at the ASA scale around here, you'll notice that'll give you an insight into the age of the camera. It goes from 10 through to 200 ASA. It's currently on 100 ASA. By pulling out the tab on the speed ring, you can change that around. So that's how you change Yeah, but that's 100 ASA. Yeah. Okay, also on this side, we've got the rewind knob. Works through a 90-degree set of gears. So that's just there. Works like a standard rewind knob, except it's on the side. Okay, so let's get around to the top. So the top is very clean because we've got a bit of stuff on the bottom. The top is extremely clean, and it's a very neat-looking profile on the camera, I think you'd call it. So we've got the nameplate up here, Fujica 35EE. We've got a traditional cold shoe with a little red line marking the film plane. We got the focusing wheel. Now, as you can see, it's thumb operated. Some people are critical of this. I don't know why, because as long as it's smooth like this is, and you've got a good bright rangefinder, it's a great way of focusing. You're not fumbling around on the ring. We've got the shutter button, threaded to take a standard cable release, and we've got the meter here, the red needle and the apertures back and forth. Now, as I said, there's three methods of operating this camera. There's fully automatic. Now, the way you put on full auto, if we come around here, you'll see the apertures around here from 22 to 16, and the bottom of all that is the word auto. By putting that on there, you'll see the shutter button pops right up. So if it's like that, you know you're in automatic mode. So basically, now I'll just get back over here for a sec. This little tab stops you from going through to on automatic to anything under a certain speed, and that's controlled by the speed you've got the ASA on. So if I wanted to take a photo on 100 ASA on less than a 15th of a second, it would prevent me from doing that. If it was 200 ASA, I could take it on a 30th of a second, but anything under that would prevent me from doing it. And to go to low speeds, you have to lift that up diagonally, go to your lower speed, and that will stop the meter. The meter just stops operating at that point. Okay, so let's get back on top again. So as I say, you've got fully automatic. So in that stage, this is popped right up, and all you have to do is point and shoot, a focus, point and shoot. If you go into manual mode, which simply means moving the ring off auto to any of these manual ones, it's a matter of then setting the speed to what speed you want and reading the needle, what the aperture is, and setting the aperture to that. And of course, manual, you just set the speed and aperture to whatever you like. Also on the top, we've got we've got the distance scale and also the depth of field scale. Now, the distance scale is fine, but the depth of field scale is a bit tricky, and you've got to learn how to use that because there's dots around for different apertures and things. It's meters and feet, so it's got both on there. On the back, we've got the viewfinder window with a nice bright rangefinder square in there. You can almost see it. And the thumb wheel for the focusing. If we open the back, now the back isn't really sprung, so you've got to pull that down and just lift it up. You can't push that up, of course, so there's a nice cutaway to get the cassette in. You can't push it up because it's through a set of 90-degree gears. Everything else is very traditional. You've got a sprung blade there, so you just push the tongue in under that and it'll grip it. They wind it on a couple of times. Make sure it's sitting on the sprockets and you're in business. To shut it, you've got to push it down and then push that in. There's no click to as you shut the back. Okay, getting onto the bottom, we've got a standard 1/4-inch tripod mount. Unfortunately, it's a bit off-center, but that can't be helped. I guess the one inconvenient thing with this camera is the fact that the frame counter is on the bottom, so you have to turn the camera upside down. Now, the case it came with allowed for that, so even if it's in a half case, you could still read that, and everything is cutaways for the film wind. And we've got the rewind button there. Now, some people are very critical of the bottom wind, but really, it's not an issue. All you do is lean the camera forward a bit and cock it. So, I mean, I think these are a great design. There's nothing on this side except the hinge. Okay, so there we go, the 35EE by Fujica. A lovely camera, still working 64 years after it was made, and my SE is working 65 years after it was made. And once again, the meter in that works perfectly, but there's no auto mode, of course, on that. And this has got the lovely 1.96 element, whereas the other one's a 2.8. I assume a 4-element Tessa type lens. Okay, well, look, I mean, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've still got a few cameras left, so there'll be a few more to go. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. And if you can, watch for a few minutes longer. I was surprised. Well, there's about 6% of the people who watch my videos are subscribed, so it'd be nice to get that up. And also, a lot of them would appear only watch for 3 or 4 minutes. So it'd be nice to get that up a little bit too. But anyhow, regardless of all that, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.